Alright, today we're going to talk about refinishing hardwood floors. So, how would you like to take your worn out hardwood floors from this to this? I'm going to do a little bit of a series here to show you how I did this project. I'm just going to duplicate it in the other room. And this project is really good if you've got an older floor or if you really want to get that distressed look. Just to give you a couple of examples, we've got some weathering coloring in here as well as some scratches. We got some wormholes there and just some other distressed marks to kind of give this floor a weathered look, a worn out look, and it's nice because it covers up other things, that imperfections that might have already been in your floor. So if you're looking for a perfectly smooth floor, this is probably not the video that you're looking for, but it works for my particular house. I just wanted to show you, this is also the same thing that we did to these stair treads. When we pulled carpet off of these stairs, these oak treads were already on there. And so we did the same exact process on these to give them a weathered look, distressed look, and then also give them a nice finish so that it would last for years. So in this particular house, what we've got around the base of the walls is a baseboard and then a piece of quarter round. And what I'm doing right now is just taking off all the quarter round. And this is pretty important because, as you can see from this piece that I took off, at one point it looks like they probably had carpet in here. And you get people that are just lazy painters and paint the carpet right into their quarter round or their baseboard. So the first thing you want to do is just pull off the old quarter round. It's cheap, super easy to install after your floor is done. Plus it lets you take your edging sander right up to the baseboard and give yourself a consistent finish. And then when you put the new quarter round on, it looks like it's a brand new floor. To pull up that quarter round, you can just get any type of crowbar like this. You're just going to wedge it in there, pry it off. As you go along, you might get some nails that stick out a little bit. You either find a way to make this crowbar work, or you grab a hammer to pull those all out. Okay, now that we got the nails out, let's grab this little piece here. Well, we got all the nails out. If you look kind of closely on the baseboard, there's some paint and probably what was either wood filler or caulk. And if you come down here where I've already done some work, you can see it's a lot smoother. So what I do is I just take a paint scraper that you can pick up at any hardware store, and I just run it along that edge and clean up that edge nice, so that when I go back, after the floors are done, I'll go back and paint the baseboards in the wall. And then when I put the new quarter round on, it'll be easy to put it up nice and flush to the existing baseboard. As you're going along, pulling off that quarter round and checking the rest of the floor, you might find little nails or staples or anything like that. This floor is in pretty good shape, but if you pull up in the other room I showed you that was already done, we had carpet in there. So we had to pull up a lot of tack board, a lot of staples from the pod, and nails. So this is something that you're going to want to get out before you actually start sanding. Otherwise it will just tear up your paper. Here's an example of a staple. Sometimes you'll run into these, especially if you've already had a carpet laid down. So I've only had 2 nails and a couple staples and then this stuff. So once you're done with this, one of the main concerns that people have is the dust from sanding all this. And actually, if you do some prep work there, you shouldn't really get a whole lot of dust in the rest of your house. And I'll show you what I typically do to kind of seal off the room there. Alright, so I went ahead and covered up this big opening with a big sheet of plastic. Just measure it out and get the appropriate size at Lowe's or Home Depot. On the edge, I kind of roll it up 3 or 4 times, and then I just put a staple every so often. Now, even though I've got a staple in there, you can see that there's gaps sometimes, and that's because my cable wasn't long enough there, so I'll hit that later. But even with the closer ones, there'll be a gap. So what you want to do is, after you staple your plastic up, follow it up with a piece of masking tape. Put about half of it onto the plastic and half of it onto your wall. Just give yourself a really good tight seal so that when you're doing your sanding, you don't get dust all throughout the house. So we've got this opening and another one through the dining room. You want to take all your curtains down and everything. If you don't want people seeing your work, then you want to put some paper and mask off your windows as well, or keep the dust off of that. When you get to the point that you're ready to do the floor, what I'll do is I'll take this, and I've got some new tile over here. I'll go ahead and mask it onto the tile so that it keeps it from going even underneath all that plastic into the next room. So that's pretty much it for the prep work. Once you've got all that taken care of, you can start sanding. So in the next video that I do, I'll be showing you the type of tools that you're going to want to use on the floor to sand it, and what I've done specifically for this particular style of floor. It's more distressed, more antique look. And we'll see you next time. If this video was helpful, like it and subscribe. Thanks.